In this painting, Dreamscape number 3 is on ceramic. There's quite different material. I really like the dynamics and the clarity and also the illumination that glass and ceramic have. But the technique that I use on this is very similar to working on the canvas. So in this case here, it was based on dreams, about the unconscious dreams that we have. And I started off by creating a landscape here. Landscape, the trees and mountains, kind of like it's certainly from the imagination, but like a spiritual location in the mountains and the woods and the trees. And then start building out from that. And then as the work progresses, different images and color fields appear to me that build the narrative. I'm still thinking of a particular setting, but the setting does change as I proceed through the development of the work itself. I reference these paintings as dreamscapes, specifically because when you think of landscape, landscape is of mountains, of trees, of rivers, of grass, of houses. Everything that, sort of landscape is from the point of your feet on the ground, what we see around us. It's a conscious visual experience that we're always aware of from every day. Seascapes in the same idea. Seascapes are taken from the ocean, ships, the seas, the gales, the lighthouse. All of this reference a seascape. A dreamscape is different. A dreamscape represents images and color fields where logic does not always persist, or the understanding that we apply from our conscious mind into an unconscious element does not apply. Linear perspective does not apply. Color theory does not apply. So that's why I refer to these as dreamscapes. They are landscapes of the imagination, landscapes of the unconscious. I will point out some of the images in this painting, in this work. And I don't want to point out every single image in there because I do want it to create a story in your own mind. We can all develop our narratives around particular paintings. And instead of using words, I use images because I feel that the image is more powerful than the word. And plus the images are more specific to our own individual experiences and culture and language. And so when you see these images, they speak to you in a different way than how they speak to me. So here I put in the subtle, mask of a face, of a human face, kind of hiding behind. It's actually an image of a mask on a mask. And so that's why you get that very subtle sort of softness on it. All my work is based on a medium watercolor idea because I don't want very dramatic colors. I want a softness, and I want the depth, the softness and the depth to create sort of the illusion of dreams. As I've said in previous videos, there is no linear perspective in my work because I don't believe there's linear perspective in dreams. But I can play with the idea of perspectives by creating images which are stronger and closer, images which are softer and subtle in the background. So there is a form of dimensionality in the work, but it's not based really on any linear perspective or atmospheric perspective. Although you will see that in the color fields that I develop in here to create depth layers upon layers. Over here I have a star cluster. I don't want to tell you what it is, but because I want it to either be informed of it in your own experience, or something that you will consider to sort of research, investigate on your own terms. How about some of the sequences of the star clusters are images such as coins represent so cultural references and based onto color fields, or the color fields then make the images more stronger, or they make them softer. So this is the idea where I can push and pull the images back and forward in the work itself. Another technique of using the dots here to create a certain visual sense of looking through them. So even though they're dominant on the surface, they're not arbitrary, and they're also, I want to make them as natural. I don't want any rhythm to them or any design to them. I want to have them as if they happen per chance. By creating large ones in the foreground or in the background, smaller ones, creates a certain depth perception, which is then used by your own eye experience to look through the painting instead of just looking onto the surface of the painting. Thank you.